What's going on? Travis here, TravisStutzel.com, TrainAggressive.com. Coming at you, wanted to do a quick video here going over the barbell power clean. One of my favorite movements in the whole wide world right here. And this movement gets a pretty bad rap. And the reason for that is a lot of people mess themselves up doing the power clean. And the reason for that is it's not the movement. So don't blame the movement. Don't blame the piece of equipment. You've got to blame yourself. And the reason for this is, if you're messing yourself up or you see other people getting themselves messed up with this movement, it's because of a couple reasons. Number one, form and technique are off. All right, so that right there, going to put you in a bad position, leads to injury. Number two, you have poor, crappy mobility. All right, main areas you want to focus in on here to improve mobility, to help improve your ability to be efficient in the power clean is wrist mobility. All right, I see a lot of people have troubles with the power clean when they have poor wrist mobility. Okay, next area is going to be with your lats, your pecs, your shoulders, and your ability to get your arms up into a good rack position. So what the rack position is where you want to catch a power clean. And I'll go over that in a second here. But if you're having trouble getting your arms up into this position, like a lot of people do because they have a super tight chest, so their pecs are tight, everything's rolled forward, they can't get their arms up here past this, that's not good, all right? So you're not going to be in a good position to catch the bar. So that's why you're having issues with your wrists, catching the barbell, if you're finding yourself having trouble there. So those are some of the main areas that people are having issues with when it comes to the barbell power cleans. In addition to that, I mentioned form and technique, which is what I want to go over next. Okay, so let me go over a really bad power clean here. And maybe you've seen this before, maybe you're even doing these yourself, but I remember these from my old high school days because I too was extremely guilty of this. All right, so a power clean that might look like this. So hopefully yours doesn't look like this. If it does, we're going to fix it. I see a lot of kids doing power cleans like that with a shit ton of weight on the bar, and that's not doing you any good. Number one, feet are extremely wide, very unstable base. Knees are coming in sometimes. All right, this is your classic sumo deadlift power clean catch right there, okay? Arms probably are going to be a lot lower, all right, so elbows are going to be in tight there. Not a good position to be in. If you think about it, it's not a very athletic position. Feet are out wide. If you want explosion, if you want power, strength, get those feet in closer. That's where you want to be on the catch. All right, so hopefully your power cleans don't look like that. So let's go over the setup and technique for your barbell power clean. Okay, so first things first, big mistake that I see people make is with their setup. So they treat the barbell power clean just like a deadlift because they think, okay, I'm going to set up on the ground, and actually it's ass backwards. It's the opposite of how you set it for a deadlift. So for deadlifts, we're going to set up here where my knees are further back. So you want your knees more vertical. However, on power cleans, for the start, we want our knees shifted forward over the barbell. We actually want our weight to be shifted on the balls of our toes. The reason for that is because the first pull in your power clean. Okay, so another mistake I see people make is the first pull. The first pull off the ground, they think, okay, I need to be explosive on this movement, so I'm going to pull the barbell off the ground as fast as I possibly can. This is how I used to power clean, and so I used to make this mistake all the time, and it's a big one. So if you're ripping the barbell off the ground fast as you can on your power cleans, you want to stop doing that, all right? Your first pull wants to be nice, slow, and controlled, all right? Because all it's about is getting that barbell in the correct position, which is right at the top of the knees here, with your knees back, all the tension on your hamstrings, all right? So let's go over the first pull here so you get this down, all right? So for your setup, you want your feet actually a little bit closer than you would have them for like a normal squat, all right? Because our feet are going to actually be hopping out when we catch the power clean. So for your setup, you want to be a little bit closer. Once we get our feet set, we'll reach down, we'll grab the barbell. Okay, another mistake that I see being made, and I'm sorry to go off on tangents here, bunch, is a very, very close grip. So I generally recommend thumb width outside of your hips, or a fist width outside of your hips, or maybe even a little bit wider. Okay, so you want to have your hands set up correctly. Once we get it set up there, I'm going to go ahead and pull myself down to the bar. I'm going to shift my weight forward. So you notice my knees are over the bar. My back is going to be nice and flat, shoulder blades nice and tight, hips down, and my head is going to stay up, just like this. So versus a deadlift where I'd stay here, head's going to stay straight up, staring straight forward the whole time. Okay, so that's your setup. Now, first pull, first movement, slow and controlled. I'm going to keep that barbell on my body. I'm going to first pull, knees are going to come back. So watch this. Right here, knees go back, boom, to the top of the knees. I'm going right back down. That's the first pull. So it's all about bar path, okay? So we're starting out here, boom, knees are going back. Now, as soon as I get to the top of my knees, this is where I'm going to be most explosive right here. So I'm going to pull that barbell. I want to pull that barbell on my body and try to get that bar up into my hips as high as possible, okay? Don't try to muscle it up, okay? Another mistake is people get it above the knees, boom, elbows bend, and they muscle that barbell up, okay? Don't want to do that. Try to be a little bit more graceful with the movement and be patient. Let that barbell get up into those hips, then we're pulling. All right, so let's go over this a little bit slow-mo. So set up here, knees forward, knees go back, boom, 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 boom here. Notice how I'm shrugging, because if it's full speed, I'd be pulling that barbell, boom, up into my hips. Once it makes contact with my hips, that's when I shrug. And I'm not necessarily pulling the barbell up, I'm just getting underneath that barbell. So then my arms need to bend. All right, so once we make contact with the hips, and again, you got to be patient with this. Boom, pull that barbell up into the hips, contact, then we're getting under it. So, show you from the front here. If I'm here, boom, pull to my knees, explode, boom, those feet might hop out a little bit, okay? For power cleans, we're catching up high. So let me show you here from the front. All right, so we get set up to the knees, boom, right there. Nice catch position. All right, I want to catch it in the rack. That's where it's being supported. I should be able to let go. That's where we want to be for our power cleans. All right, so let's go ahead and go from the side again. We'll go through all the steps here. You're going to be a master of power clean with this. And it just takes time to work on it. There's a lot of flaws I had to work out, and I'm still working out a lot of bad habits that I built up when I first learned the movement. All right, so setup is everything. Knees forward, weights on the balls of the feet. On that first pull, make sure you shift your weight back to your heels. Keep tension in the back. Right there. Boom. And then, of course, depending on whatever you're doing, maybe you're hitting singles, so you're catching up here, and then you can drop it. If you're hitting triples or doubles or something like that, obviously you're going to bring that back down, and you'll just reverse the movement. So let me show you that. Boom. Here. And it's just reverse the movement. Boom. And then we can go again. All right? So, slow and controlled first pull. As soon as you get above the knees, be patient. Pull to those hips. Explode. Catch. Stand up. And that's your power clean right there. All right? So, hopefully, went over a few mistakes that you possibly were making. And now you can focus in on improving on those mistakes. And it's all about just breaking those habits. Like I said, I built up a lot of bad habits early on from just poor coaching, and it just takes time. So this is an awesome movement to use, whether you're using it for power and strength, or you're using it more for conditioning. So like lighter weight, higher reps, however you want to use it. So there you go, barbell power cleans. fixing up a couple of the mistakes and showing you correct form and technique. So go ham with it. Live and trade aggressive. Travis, I'm out.